Today, we'll explore Grey Zone Warfare, delving into its gameplay, factions, and yes, even its performance issues. Let's talk about the game first. You're playing a game set on a big island called Lamang. You're all geared up and ready to go, but right away, you have to choose which group or faction you want to join. This choice is really important because it decides who your friends are, who your enemies are, and even where you start on the island. In this game, being part of a faction means you work together with other players from the same group. You help each other out and share the rewards when you win. This teamwork makes the game more interesting compared to other games where everyone is just out for themselves. Now, here's something unique about Grey Zone. The map of the island and how respawning works. Usually, when you die in a game, you lose everything and have to start over. But in Grey Zone, things are different. Even if you die, you can go back to where you were and get your stuff back easily. Whether you're fighting computer-controlled enemies or other players, Grey Zone makes sure one mistake doesn't ruin your whole game. Grey Zone Warfare is all about how you play the game. It's a mix of making smart decisions, fighting in battles, and managing your stuff like weapons and supplies. Every move you make, whether it's finding things you need, fighting intense battles, or teaming up with other players, affects how the game goes. One cool thing about the game is the variety of weapons and gear you can use. You've got everything from guns like assault rifles and sniper rifles to tools like grenades and medical kits. And you can customize your weapons a lot, so you can make them fit your own style of playing. But it's not just about having powerful weapons. You've got to think strategically too. That means planning out how you're going to attack an enemy base or sneaking around quietly to gather information. Every choice you make matters, and the game's map is always changing, so you never know what surprises or opportunities you might find. And then there's the social aspect of the game. You can team up with other players who belong to the same group or faction as you. These are your buddies, and you'll work together to achieve common goals. But you'll also encounter players from rival factions who might try to sabotage your plans or steal your resources, so you'll need to decide who to trust and who to watch out for. Grey Zone Warfare, despite having exciting gameplay, faces some problems when it comes to running smoothly on computers. This can make players feel disappointed and wonder if it's worth playing the game. Why does this happen? Well, Grey Zone is a big game with lots of fancy graphics, which means it needs a powerful computer to run well. Older computers might struggle to keep up with all the action. Even though it can be frustrating, there are ways to make the game run better. First, you can adjust the settings in the game. Things like the quality of the graphics or how far you can see can be changed to make the game run smoother without losing too much detail. Another thing you can do to improve performance is keeping your graphics card drivers updated. Whether you have an NVIDIA, AMD, or Intel graphics card, regularly updating its drivers can make a big difference in how well the game runs. These updates often include fixes and improvements that are specifically designed to make games like Grey Zone run smoother and more stable. So, it's a good idea to check for updates regularly and install them to get the best performance out of your graphics card. So, is Grey Zone Warfare worth playing? From my perspective, I would personally give it a 5 out of 10 rating. Despite its early access woes and performance issues, the game offers a unique blend of strategic gameplay mechanics, cooperative dynamics. With the promise of future updates and optimizations, Grey Zone has the potential to become a powerhouse in the world of extraction shooters. But ultimately, the decision rests in your hands. Will you brave the dangers of Lamang and carve your path to victory? Or will you wait on the sidelines until the dust settles? The choice is yours, fellow gamers. Choose wisely, and may the Grey Zone be ever in your favor.